Hello gin fans, in today's video I am finally reviewing my most local gin, and that is Cambridge Dry Gin. So that's what's coming up in this video. I'm going to be telling you what it tastes like, how it's made, where it's made, who it's made by, and right at the end of the video I'm going to tell you my preferred tonic water serve. I'd just like to give a big shout out to show sponsors drinkstuff.com. I'm super proud to be working with them now. I personally have been trading with them since 2001. I've been trading with them in my business for the last 6 or 7 years, but also running the pubs and bars that I previously worked at. As I say, 2001 I've been training with them. I get all my glasses from them, my cocktail purees, my syrups, my straws, my cool bartending equipment, all this kind of stuff, the tiki stuff, the copper stuff. They even do really cool tiki glassware like that. So if you're looking for a present, or if you're looking to kit out your pub or bar or hotel or restaurant, go check them out, drinkstuff.com. They will not let you down. So let's crack on with today's gin review. As I mentioned at the top, I am featuring Cambridge Dry Gin today. They are my very local distillery, literally 8 miles up the road from where I am standing now. Can't believe it's taken me this long to get them on the channel. It's a very expensive gin. I have just got a little dram to try today. I'll tell you about the dram in a second, but just before we get into it, the question of the video. Not so much a question. I want you in the comments below to give a shout out to your local distillery. Who is the closest distillery to you? Let me know some of their gins. So hit me up in the comments below. What is, or who I should say, who is your local gin distillery? Let me know in the comments below. Right, Cambridge Dry Gin. Little dram I've got for you today. If you wonder what that is, if you haven't seen these before, these are drinks by the dram, part of the sort of Master of Malt guys. stblive.uk/dram will take you to the start page. What you can do is, a Master of Malt, you can go onto their website. Any of their spirits, whether it's gin, vodka, rum, whiskey, cognac, anything, liqueurs, you can get these little, you can pop 5 of these in your basket. They kind of go from about £2.50, £2.60, right out to the expensive cognacs and the rums, £7, £8, £9 for a little dram. The 30ml serves, but you can put any 5 in there to try, just so you don't buy a big whole bottle to waste money just in case you don't like it. So I absolutely love that. That's drinks by the dram. stblive.uk/dram, as I say, will take you to the start page. Now, Cambridge Gin started life 2011, I think it was. May have been 2012, but 2011 I think was. A really old good friend of mine, Mr. Will Lowe, and his Mrs. Lucy. Hey guys, I've known Will for years. He used to be one of my reps when I was running the bars in Cambridge. Ever since I've known Will, he's always been into his spirits and wines. He was a lecturer for the WSET as well, doing the whole wines and spirits course as well. So as I say, he's a proper spirits buff, but right now he's a gin buff. And they started life, as I say, 2011. And he wanted to distill his own gin. They did very well early doors. They got their gin, I think it was Selfridges, they got their gin listed. It was the only place you could kind of get it for a while, was in Selfridges. But what he actually specialised in was gin tailoring experiences. I remember you can now, because they've got an actual distillery and a shop in Cambridge, but they used to just do bespoke gins for you. So go in there, they do your whole palette and you blend different gins together, different botanicals together to make your gin. Quite expensive, but really worth it. If I think back then, you know, sort of 6-7 years ago, I think it was about 60-70 quid a pot, but as I say, really worth it. So that's how they started life. But they have grown. They have won award after award because it is such a phenomenal gin. You can virtually get it anywhere now. All my wholesalers have got it. It's a 42% gin. Price wise, trade, you'll be looking at roughly just about 35, maybe just under. Online for you guys at home, I think probably about 40, maybe more, 42, 44 pounds a bottle. But as I say, it is worth it. Now they've got, as I say, they've got two places in Cambridge. They've got one right in the city centre of Cambridge. They've also got their it's quite a showroom masterclass place in Grantchester, just a couple of about a mile outside the city centre. Really, if you're up this way, really worth going to. Get a voucher, go in there, book in, do a gin tasting with them. Really, really cool. Now, let me tell you how this makes. This is made slightly different to a lot of gins. They distill each botanical separately, and then they'll go about. So each botanical will be distilled in a different ABV, a different temperature for a different length of time to get the most out of that botanical. And then once they've done that, once they've distilled each botanical separately, they'll then go about blending the 7 botanicals together to create this gin. Now, the 7 botanicals that go into this gin, all kind of loosely based around Will and Lucy's sort of herb garden going on. So we've obviously got juniper, because we need juniper enough. But the other ones, we've got fresh basil, we've got rosemary, we've got angelica, lemon verbena, blackcurrant leaf, and then the last one is rose petals. So they are the 7 that go into that. You'll notice no out and out citrus. Now, let's crack this open. Let's have a little try. So straight away, now I'll be honest, I haven't had this gin for about possibly a year or so. Coming out of there, there's not a huge juniper hit coming out of the gin. I do definitely get the sort of floralness coming out of there. Actually does really remind me of kind of this whole summer garden thing going on. I get a slight hint of basil coming through there. I get a little bit of the lemon verbena, but the thing that probably kind of balances out, actually, the kind of juniper goes with the rose. It's absolutely lovely. And then to taste, actually the first thing that I get is the rose. The rose is the very first thing I get on the kind of sides of my palate. As it goes down the back of my throat, I get that juniper hit. I don't really get too much basil. I don't get the rosemary at all, actually. I get it's the rose. The rose is there for me. Not kind of out and out Turkish delight and that kind of thing, but it goes really well with the juniper in there. That sort of little bit of spice with the juniper. Oh, that is an absolute delicious gin. Really love that. That is cool. Do you know what? I've said before, my out and out favourite is Poetic License Northern Dry Gin. I absolutely love that. But I tell you what, that's another one. My top 25 gins keeps growing and growing because that actually would go in there. Now, you guys want to know what my preferred serve is for this? I think because of the nature of this gin, I think for me personally, there's only really one way to go. I have got 2 tonic waters out because I do think double Dutch tonic water works exceptionally well with this. However, my preferred out and out serve has to be Merchant's Heart. I've got to say it a lot. I've got a lot of love for Merchant's Heart. I think it's possibly one of the most cleanest, most neutral, but lovely and amazing tonic waters out on the market. It is so fizzy. It's you get, with fizziness, you get lots of flavour from the bubbles and the aroma from the bubbles, and there is just nothing to compare that on the market. Fever Tree doesn't even come close, in my own opinion, to Merchant's Heart for the effervescence, for the bubbles in the tonic. So I think those two are a match made in heaven. So that's Cambridge Dry with Merchant's Heart. Merchant's Heart's a little bit expensive in the UK. Sainsbury's and Ocado are the 2 main places. I don't even really see this in wholesalers at the moment. It's owned by Suntory, Beam Suntory. So huge global players, but I don't really see this out there at the moment. So I'm not quite sure what they're doing, but I would urge you, Sainsbury's and Ocado, if you're in the UK, do get hold of this tonic water. Their floral tonic water is absolutely banging as well. Really, really love that. So that's been this week's video, Cambridge Dry Gin. Go and check it out. Anywhere between £35 and £44 a bottle. Try it with Merchant's Heart tonic water. You won't be disappointed. I'll see you next time.